What's up, guys? It's been a while since we have had a video about ULTIMEA, especially projectors. A couple of months ago, we tested a soundbar from ULTIMEA, but the last projector was almost a year ago. The thing is that the company hasn't released any new projectors during that time, but finally we got a new model. This is the ULTIMEA Poseidon E100. You know, this is not just a new projector, but a flagship model. In other words, the best projector the ULTIMEA has to offer. It is still an LED projector, not a laser one, but it has a DLP display technology with a 0.47-inch DMD chip. We will talk about its advantages a little later in this video, but you should already understand that it is much better than LCD projectors. The ULTIMEA Poseidon E100 also has 1080p native resolution with 4K support, 1800 ANSI Lumens brightness, real-time autofocus and 6D auto Keystone, up to 300 inches screen size, and Google TV operating system. Okay, as usual, let's start our review with unboxing and design, and then we will talk about the smart system, speaker quality, image quality, and so on. The projector comes in a branded box, and there are ULTIMEA logos everywhere. We can also see the projector's name Poseidon E100 on the front, and its main technologies such as DLP, Active 3D, MEMC, and US PAA. On the back of the box, there are other specs of the projector, such as 1080p resolution, dual-band Wi-Fi, dual 15-watt speakers, 1.2:1 throw ratio, and up to 300-inch screen size. When we open the box, the first thing we see is the user manual. It is quite a thick book. And next, there is a projector in the package. We will take a closer look at it a little later. We also have two boxes with accessories, a power cable and HDMI cable in one box, and a power adapter and remote control in the other. That's all the accessories and contents of the package. Talking about design, when I first saw the ULTIMEA Poseidon E100, I recalled another projector we tested last year. It was similar in size and shape, but with aggressive metal panel on the front. However, I'm not sure if they are the same projectors, because they have different specifications. Besides, I don't have that projector anymore, so there's no sense in comparing them. The side panels and top of the Poseidon E100 projector are made of metal, while the front and back are plastic. There's an ULTIMEA logo on the front. At first, I thought it was a speaker on the front, but it is actually just a texture. Around the lens, we can read its specs, such as 0.47-inch DMD chip, Full HD, 1080p resolution, and 1.2:1 throw ratio. By the way, many projectors with the same 0.47-inch DMD chip claim that they have a native 4K resolution, but in fact, they only support 1080p native resolution with pixels shifting to 4K. I'm glad that the ULTIMEA is honest in this regard and openly states that the native resolution in this projector is 1080p with 4K support. There are also sensors and a camera on the front for autofocus, auto Keystone correction, auto screen alignment, etc. We will talk about this later in this video. On the back of the Poseidon E100 projector, there is a large cooling window as well as connectivity ports such as reset button, DC-in 19 volts, SPDIF, HDMI, LAN, USB 1, USB 2, update, 3.5mm audio jack, and power button. It seems like the speakers are located on the sides of the projector. Finally, we can turn the projector upside down and see that it stands on two rubber feet. You can also mount it on a tripod using this screw hole. By the way, I don't see how this projector can be taken apart and cleaned. It actually has an IPX5 Dustproof Design, so you don't need to clean it. That's very good. You are probably interested to know the size of this projector. Its dimensions are 200 by 190 by 160 mm. The weight is 24-20 grams. I wouldn't call it very big, but it is not compact either. In any case, you can easily move it from one room to another. Overall, I like the design of the ULTIMEA Poseidon E100 projector, but I think it would be better if it had a gimbal stand, at least a removable one. It may be sold separately, but I couldn't find it. Okay, let's turn it on. As I said before, the new ULTIMEA Poseidon E100 projector runs the Google TV system. In the settings, we see that it is Android version 11. There is also a mention that 4K Google TV stick is used, but since the projector cannot be disassembled, we cannot see the model and name of this TV stick. In my opinion, Google TV is the best system for projectors or TVs, because it uses official streaming services apps. The ULTIMEA projector comes with pre-installed Netflix, YouTube, Prime Video, Apple TV, HBO Max, IQIYI, and YouTube Music. You can also find and download many other applications in the Apps section. This is actually Google Play Store. It looks like the Apps section on Google TV rather than a separate app like on mobile devices. By the way, when I turned on the projector for the first time, I saw HDR10 2160p UHD written in the corner. And then in the settings, I saw a 4K 60Hz resolution. So the ULTIMEA Poseidon E100 projector actually has 4K resolution, not 1080p. But as I said before, 0.47-inch DMD chip has a 1080p native resolution with the pixels shifting up to 4K. What I mean is that you can call this projector 4K, and you would be right. You can also open projector settings on any screen or even while watching a video by pressing the button on the remote. There are Wi-Fi and Bluetooth settings here. In the picture settings, you can change the picture mode. Standard, user, vivid, sport, movie, game, or energy saving. The projector settings include projection mode, brightness, color temperature, HDR, MEMC, fan, autofocus, Keystone, zoom, trapezoid, and power on. We will talk about HDR, MEMC, autofocus, and Keystone a little later in this video. I like the manual fan speed adjustment feature here. You can make the fan quieter or louder, but I think it is better to use the automatic mode. By the way, I will be testing the projector at maximum brightness and warm color temperature. Other settings on this projector include inputs, sound, and system. There are also 3D modes available here, such as SBS and TB, but I haven't figured out how to use them. If you are interested, I will make a separate video about 3D on the ULTIMEA Poseidon E100. We found out that the projector runs on the Google TV system via TV stick, but it also has a local system. There are no streaming apps here, such as Netflix, YouTube, and others, but the local system still offers some useful apps for study and work, such as File Manager. WPS projector, Microsoft PowerPoint, Office Suite, and Media Player. You can also use screen mirroring in this local system, as well as Chrome, Bluetooth audio, and cleanup. Let's see how screen mirroring works on this projector. So if you have an iPhone, then open the AirPlay, but if you have a Windows or Android device, then open the Mirrorcast. In any case, you will need to install the eShare app on your mobile device to mirror the screen. Make sure that the projector and smartphone are connected to the same Wi-Fi network, and then select the projector from the list on your phone. You know the delay is very low because the projector uses dual-band Wi-Fi. The ULTIMEA Poseidon E100 also has a Bluetooth audio mode, so you can use it as a Bluetooth speaker for your smartphone. The projector is equipped with dual 10-watt speakers and deep bass tuning. Let's listen to some music. The quality of the built-in speakers is amazing. Although the projector is not very big, it has a very loud sound and powerful bass. You know, ULTIMEA company makes sound bars, so it seems like they know how to make high-quality sound even in a projector. The Poseidon E100 is one of the best projectors in terms of sound quality that I have tested. I also want to check the fan noise of the ULTIMEA Poseidon E100 projector. The noise level near the projector is 44 decibels. And it is about 39 decibels at 1 meter. However, as I mentioned before, the projector automatically adjusts the fan speed depending on the load. You can also manually decrease or increase the fan speed, so it may be quieter or louder, but overall it is a very quiet projector. Another feature of the ULTIMEA Poseidon E100 is real-time autofocus and 6D auto Keystone. This technology is actually called USPAA. The focus and Keystone are adjusted in real time without any delay. You don't have to wait up to 5 seconds like with some other projectors, and it works quite accurately. You can even place the projector at an angle to the wall, and it will still align the image. Finally, we have come to image quality. First, you have probably already noticed flickering or stripes running across the screen. You don't actually see this in real life. This is most likely because of the mismatch in the frame rate and refresh rate between my camera and the projector. Just know that in real time there is no flickering. I have already told you about the resolution. The manufacturer claims that the native resolution of the ULTIMEA Poseidon E100 is 1080p, but in the settings we see a resolution of 4K. Most likely the resolution was increased to 4K by shifting pixels. In any case, the image is very clear and it is really better than on many Full HD projectors that I have tested. Talking about projection screen size, the ULTIMEA Poseidon E100 has 1.2 to 1 throw ratio. It supports a maximum screen size of 300 inches at almost 8 meters from the wall. The minimum screen size is 20 inches at a distance of 0.5 meters. I tested the projector on my 85-inch reflective screen as well as on a white wall with 120-inch screen size. And you know the picture is almost the same. I even like it better on a white wall than on a reflective screen, because then the picture is brighter. You can watch some videos on a 85-inch reflective screen and a 150-inch screen on a white wall. As for HDR10, when it is enabled, colors really become more saturated and brighter, but I am not a big fan of this. I do not particularly like oversaturated colors. In my opinion, the natural image without HDR looks better. Do you agree? I decided to continue testing the projector without HDR. The ULTIMEA Poseidon E100 also supports MEMC. This technology improves the clarity and smoothness of the fast-moving video by inserting extra frames between the original ones. I checked this out, and it seems that the image is smoother with MEMC, but I wouldn't say that the difference is too big. What do you think?
With John Shire all season long. Jake talked about this.
Attack mode info is synced across the team. One of us sees something, we all see it, even through cover.
Proceed to DEFCON holy shit.
You'll be excited to know that I just received an updated request from Consumer Products.
Said no one ever.
The last vehicle transformation was an intergalactic success across all categories. We are now budgeted for a second vehicle expansion as well as the accompanying.
The ULTIMEA Poseidon E100 projector has 1800 ANSI Lumens brightness. I cannot verify this, but I have tested many projectors, and I believe that it has claimed brightness. The image looks excellent in a dark room. As you understand, any projector is designed for use in a dark room, but if you want to watch some video in a room with light, you will see it clearly on the ULTIMEA Poseidon E100, but you will not enjoy the colors as much as in a dark room.
making inquiries about a missing baby.
A baby? A misplaced baby?
What do you mean, Dad? What are you doing, Trevor?
Hello?
Sorry to bother you, sir. We're making inquiries about a missing baby.
A baby? A misplaced baby?
What do you mean, Dad? What are you doing, Trevor?
Here's pass to Allen, and he's able to beat to lead to the James. Here's pass to Allen, and he's able to beat to lead to the James.
Now you can watch some movie trailers, sports games and gameplays on the flagship ULTIMEA Projector.
It calls me. So tell me, what the hell happened?
Everyone thinks I did it. I didn't do it.
Let's just go like this. Look at wolves.
This goes way beyond normal police work. This is something you and I have not experienced.
You can do it. Then you must do it.
As Michelle is dragged down by Brockers.
Four-man rush. Looking, floats one, incomplete. A little bit of diving.
To the other end quickly in transition. Nick Cody, the sophomore for Texas, starting out on.
With modern coaching, he accepted the job to come to Texas on a Zoom call.
And you can use your shoulder. If that was in the box and he was trying to catch it.
Yeah, João Pedro's really impressed. Speak to some Chelsea fans on the way up.
Bullets, take them back. Eat this. Deadpool, Carl. Just Deadpool. Okay. By the way, great job, random driver. You performed really well under stress and duct tape. I'm sure your remains will get a promotion or something.
Really loving the new regime.
You'll whip him into shape in no time. So, what's up with Marco? Been years.
Robertson's paper. We used to work together at the Bugle. I think I know just what he's like. Thanks, boss. No problem.
They say he seemed angry and paranoid, delusional. He just exploded.
Let's summarize the review. In short, the ULTIMEA Poseidon E100 is an excellent projector for home use because it has a very good image quality, great speakers quality, Google TV smart system, and much more. It supports a projection screen size up to 300 inches, and I even like the image on a big screen more than on the small one, because it looks brighter but remains just as clear. Instant autofocus and Keystone correction make the Poseidon E100 very easy for setup, although I would like it to have a gimbal stand. It would be much more convenient with it. You know, although the manufacturer claims that this is a 1080p projector, and that is correct, because 0.47-inch DMD chip only supports a native 1080p resolution. However, many projectors, including this one, use pixels shifting technology to achieve 4K resolution, In my opinion, you can safely call the ULTIMEA Poseidon E100 a 4K projector. Thank you for watching this video. See you soon!